Good morning, Manayunk, and welcome to another episode of Manayunk Mornings at Home. Joining me on the show today is Steph from Pet Friendly Dog Bakery. Steph, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Hey.
Doing great. So tell me, what was going through your head when all of this went down back in March?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I was kind of in denial for a little while about it. The first few weeks, I mean, nobody knew what was going on, and we were just like in this weird space of like nothing really made any sense, right?
So what did you guys do immediately, since you couldn't immediately open the shop? Were you still taking orders?
Yeah, well, the first few weeks, we just kind of laid back and just waited to see what everybody else was doing, what was safe. And then we started doing curbside pickup 3 times a week, and that was going great. I mean, the community really embraced us at that point. And yeah, so we started doing that, and it was working for a little bit until we went into yellow. And
then from yellow, you still had people coming back in. Tell me, what kind of precautions have you taken now that there's different mandates and edicts from the state and city governments? Yeah, that was something that was really important to me and the owners, that we were making a safe environment for customers to come in. So in the beginning, we really limited how many people were coming in to just one at a time. And we have like a barrier up between the cashier and the customer. We have so much sanitizer. I mean, it's sanitizer palooza in the shop. So we're just, we've continued to make sure things are safe, but we're now allowing more people in now that we kind of understand the virus a little bit more and like what safe really means. So for the people who just got quarantine pets and things like that, I'm sure you're well aware of all of that. Why don't you tell the folks at home what kind of products you offer at the shop? So at the shop, we primarily focus on our baked goods. Most of it is made right in Manayunk by a local baker. It's all handmade, hand decorated. It's all human grade. It's actually kosher as well. So that's our primary thing in the store. And then we also fill our store with all kinds of fun toys and clothes and really interesting products that we kind of, curate and try to find as much local as possible too. And I heard you guys just started opening back up your playroom for the pups. Have you planned any small, socially distant events with the dogs? Yes. So in the beginning, right after we opened, we decided to wait on opening the downstairs. But then over the last month or so, we started opening it up more and more to ensure safety and make sure that we don't overpopulate the downstairs so people can socially distance properly. We actually started using an app called Calendly. I can't even say Calendly. It's a scheduling app that a lot of businesses use, and we're using that so that people can schedule their times to come in, and that it's not going to be really crowded. So we started doing that, and then just recently we started planning actual themed parties like what we did before quarantine. So we actually have a few coming up. We're starting to do like specific breed parties again. And again, we still limit it to 9 or 10 dogs or less. So that way people can really distance themselves if they, just to be comfortable and be safe. That's exciting. It's great to go back to some kind of normalcy after the last 3 or 4 months. But what are some of your best-selling baked goods at the shop? I'm curious. Okay. Our cakes are hugely popular. We do a lot of birthday cakes. We've actually done 3 or 4 gender reveal cakes for people who are having a baby. We did a cake for a dog wedding once. So that's a very popular part of our business. And then we also do our little handmade pastries. One of the biggest sellers recently was a peanut butter cannoli. So it's a cannoli made out of peanut butter, and then it's stuffed with peanut butter. So you can imagine it was pretty popular. So how do you, is there a taste tester? Do you taste test these treats? Do you have a dog that taste tests them to make sure that they're very good? I have tasted them in the past, and we actually have a lot of customers who will take them home, and they report back to me to let me know how they like them. We had recently a granola
we're still getting them back in, but it's like a granola donut, and it's like topped with all this like amazing looking stuff. It looks good enough for us to eat. And a couple of our really good customers actually took some videos, and they're like, this is pretty good, I could eat this. So yeah, but my dog definitely, she tries everything. The girls' dogs try everything too before we kind of roll it out.
Are you guys working on any new baked goods, new products at the shop? Is there anything that people can look forward to as we move forward into the fall and winter months?
Yeah, I mean, that has been a hugely important thing for me and the business, is to keep bringing in new things to keep people interested, and you know, every time they come in, hopefully there's something new to try and look at. So you know, we always try to keep the tried and true stuff, but it's fun to get new stuff in. So I actually found a new company called Play. It's P.L.A.Y. Anyway, it's a company that actually is focused on sustainability and helping their employees as well. I think it's a really cool concept for a dog toy company, but they also make just the coolest toys. They make like an avocado toast. They make a Bloody Mary dog toy. I actually have a sample if you don't mind me getting it. My dog really, really wants this. It's chicken and waffles.
Is that a waffle?
I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So it's a little chicken piece, and here comes my dog. She's like, hey, what's that?
Nice.
But yeah, she's really into this one, and I think I'm gonna end up having to buy it. But yeah, they make a bunch of different cute toys like that. So that's one thing that I brought in. And then another thing that we're probably bringing in, or should be hitting the shelves in the next couple days, is a bagel with cream cheese dog treat, and whoopie pie is also a new one that's coming out.
That's very exciting. What did you miss the most while the shop was closed for 3 months or so?
Well, obviously the dogs. I mean, I love my dog. Don't get me wrong, she's the best. But yeah, like when we were doing the curbside pickups, you know, we had a table in our doorway so that people, you know, we were safe. Nobody could come in. We couldn't get out. You know, that kind of thing. And people would bring their dogs, and they would just desperately want to get into the store, and it broke my heart. I took pictures of a bunch of them, and they just looked so sad. So letting them back in the store was huge, and it's just been like the highlight of my year. It's just reconnecting, and then also meeting all these new puppies. There's so many new puppies in the neighborhood, so that's been great too.
They're your new regulars, right? You got to know all their names and familiarize.
Oh yeah. I've watched a lot of them grow up. That's the beauty of this store, is like being able to meet new people, meet new dogs, and then like watch them from a puppy grow up to an adult, and you know, and like watch their progression and how they've grown up, and it's been awesome.
So outside of the business, what have you been up to for the last few months? Have you picked up any new hobbies? Have you been cooking at home, ordering food?
Yeah, I definitely put on the, what do they call it, like the quarantine 15 or whatever. I think we all have. Yeah. I just snacked constantly for 3 months. But then in May, I actually started training with my daughter in karate. She's actually, she's 12, and she's an adult first-degree black belt in karate. She's been training since she was 3. So I joined. So far I'm a yellow belt, but I think, you know, I want to keep going with it. So that's what I've been doing to keep busy. And then, of course, you know, spending time with the family, and you know, getting out in nature, walking with the dog, and getting her in like local water, and just having fun like that too.
Well, Steph, before I let you go, I have to wrap up this interview with one final question. What do you love the most about having your business here on Main Street in Manayunk?
My favorite part of Manayunk is the community. Our neighbors, like the people who run the businesses around us, are so welcoming and sweet. And, you know, if a package arrives, they grab it so it doesn't get stolen and all that stuff. You know, they share food. I mean, the Pizza John guys are like, here, eat some pizza, have some drinks. It's just a great community. And then the customers, the people who live around us and support us. I mean, we couldn't do anything without these people. I mean, they're amazing. And during quarantine, they supported us. A bunch of people bought gift cards, and, when things happen in our own lives, they've been supportive. So it's just the community. It's just an amazing community to be a part of.
Wonderfully said. Well, Steph, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. It was great catching up with you, and I hope to see you down on Main Street soon.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody.
Stay safe out there.
Thanks, you too.
Well, that's our show for today. It was great catching up with Steph from the Pet Friendly Dog Bakery. If you love this show as much as dogs love their treats, be sure to hit like, hit share, comment on the post. If you're on our YouTube page, be sure to subscribe, and you can watch the last episode